Hey, this is Mike Giannicola, and I have a throwing activity today. It's based around the big mega popular game Fortnite. If you want to, you could always call it Fort Busters. I ended up changing the file that I had in there for some of the guns and just called it slot 1, 2, 3, and 4 items. And they're just basically throwing balls at the other team's pin, which represents their avatar in the game. So here it is. So here's all the items in the middle, the big stockpile. Basically, they start at their bowling pin, come into the middle, take one item, bring it back to their pin, and use it based on what they took. First, we have the things that are thrown at the other team's fort or avatars. Slot 1 items, not the best to throw with, so there's more of them available. And slot 2 items, yarn balls. For me, a little bit easier to aim with those, so there's slightly less. Then even less, more scarce. We have the slot 3 item, which is a small foam gator skin ball. And then the easiest thing to throw with, there's only 2 of them available, the slot 4 items. And next, instead of taking something to throw, they can bring something back to build their fort up with to protect their pin. Wood is the lightest item. There's a lot of them. And they can only take 1 item at a time ever in the game. So they can take that, or they can take the best item in the game for protection, which is a really hard cone, which represents metal. And then I do have a bunch of buckets, and you can use anything. These represent brick. So they would take it back and place it around their pin, wherever they think the threat is coming from. And then we have the potion. So you have a shield potion. They can always walk back with that, pick up something that fell in their fort, just not their pin, and then bring this back and drop it off to go back and grab something else. You always have to return everything and then grab something different. The game is really never ending because they can come grab a bandage and pick up their avatar, the pin. There's 4 of them, so if they go back, pick up their pin and come back. If someone comes here and there's none available, they just have to wait. And then the mega potion in the game, it lets them pick up a pin, so for their health, like a bandage, and also like the shield where they can pick up 1 fort item as well. Now my gym is not super huge. I have basically they're going to be on one line, not able to hit the other team's pin on the same line because they're so close together. So all the groups on one line are basically targeting the other 3 lines. After I end each game, the game, by the way, can go forever. After I end the game, whenever I feel like it should be stopped and they can take a quick break, because there's going to be tons of moving in this game, I'm going to have to rotate to different sides just to kind of even it out because one side is longer than the other. I do have some blocking items just to make it a little bit harder for the groups that are close to each other, over there in the corner and over here. All right, some closing thoughts. Basically, they get an item, bring it back, use it. They have to then go chase it. If it's a ball that they're throwing, they have to go get it, retrieve it, bring it back, drop it in the correct pile, and then get something different. They can go back to that same item after if they want to and it's available. If they're grabbing a building item, they just come build it wherever they want to put it, then go back and do something different in the middle. If they're grabbing one of the potions or the bandages, they basically grab it, come back and fix whatever it is they want, and then go drop that item off again. So that's how it works. I'm going to close with Plagnets today, asking them if the game had negative impact on their happiness, no impact, somewhat of an impact, and totally just made their day. And this is for grades 3 to 6, so we're working on these shaped grade level outcomes. And as always, just modify whatever you feel is appropriate for your school culture. This is just a great game even without any kind of a Fortnite idea or a theme. It doesn't even have to be remotely attached to it. You can just put the items where you're going to put them and call them something else entirely. So it's up to you. Okay, you can fix that if you go get a shield. Think about what you need, one item at a time.